Every year in September, Apple refreshes its iPhone lineup, setting new benchmarks in smartphone innovation and performance. Each generation usually brings a mix of design refinements, performance improvements, and new technologies that push the smartphone industry forward. After the launch of the iPhone 17 series, with notable upgrades in performance, battery efficiency, and camera capabilities, attention has already started shifting toward the next generation of Apple's flagship devices, the highly anticipated iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max. While Apple has not officially confirmed any details about these upcoming devices yet, multiple industry leaks, analyst predictions, and supply chain reports are beginning to paint a clearer picture of what the next Pro iPhones might offer. If these early reports are accurate, the iPhone 18 Pro lineup could deliver some of the most meaningful improvements Apple has introduced in years. Instead of focusing only on dramatic visual redesigns, Apple appears to be refining core areas that users care about most: battery life, performance, camera quality, and display immersion. Rumors suggest that the iPhone 18 Pro series could feature a smaller dynamic island, a thicker design that houses a larger battery, the powerful new A20 Pro chip built on an advanced 2nm process, and subtle but important improvements to the camera system. These upgrades may not sound revolutionary at first glance, but together they could significantly improve the real-world experience of using an iPhone every day. Here's a deeper look at everything rumored so far about the iPhone 18 Pro series. From a redesigned front display to major performance improvements and refined design changes that could make this one of Apple's most polished flagship lineups yet. Smaller dynamic island with under-display face, ID1. The most talked about changes in the iPhone 18 Pro leaks involves the front display. Apple introduced the dynamic island with the iPhone 14 Pro as a replacement for the traditional notch that had been part of the iPhone design for several years. Instead of simply hiding the front sensors, Apple transformed the cutout into an interactive feature that displays notifications, music playback controls, timers, live activities, and other system alerts. Since its introduction, the dynamic island has become one of the most recognizable design elements of modern iPhones. However, its size and shape have remained mostly unchanged across several generations. That could finally change with the iPhone 18 Pro lineup. Reports suggest that Apple may reduce the size of the dynamic island by as much as 35%, which would make the front display look noticeably cleaner. This change is believed to be possible because Apple is reportedly moving much of the Face ID hardware underneath the display panel. If this technology works as expected, the visible cutout on the screen could become significantly smaller while still maintaining the secure facial recognition system that iPhone users rely on every day. A smaller dynamic island would create a more immersive display experience, especially when watching videos, playing games, or browsing content. It would also push Apple closer to its long-term goal of achieving a truly uninterrupted full-screen iPhone display. A smaller dynamic island may seem like a subtle change, but in everyday usage it could make the phone feel more modern and visually refined. For users who spend hours looking at their screens, even small improvements in display design can make a noticeable difference. Thicker frame and bigger battery capacity, battery life continues to be one of the most important factors for smartphone users, and Apple appears to be addressing this concern directly with the iPhone 18 Pro series. According to several leaks, the upcoming Pro models may feature a slightly thicker frame compared to the previous generation. Reports suggest that the new devices could measure around 8.8 millimeters thick, which would be a small increase over earlier models. At first, some users might question why Apple would choose to make the phone thicker. For years, smartphone companies have focused on making devices thinner and lighter. However, in this case, the additional thickness could bring one of the most practical improvements possible: a significantly larger battery. Leaks suggest that the thicker frame will allow Apple to fit a larger battery inside both Pro models. In particular, the iPhone 18 Pro Max could end up featuring the largest battery ever included in an iPhone. Although exact battery capacity numbers have not yet been confirmed, the increase in internal space could translate into longer battery life for everyday use. For users who rely on their phones for gaming, streaming, photography, navigation, and social media throughout the day, A larger battery could dramatically improve the overall experience. Combined with Apple's highly optimized hardware and software integration, the improved battery could deliver longer screen-on time and better standby efficiency. When paired with next-generation chip technology, the larger battery could allow the iPhone 18 Pro lineup to offer one of the best battery experiences ever seen on an iPhone. A 20 Pro chip built on advanced 2nm architecture performance improvements are a core part of every new iPhone generation, and the iPhone 18 Pro series is expected to continue Apple's tradition of pushing mobile processing power to new levels. After the powerful chips used in previous models, Apple is rumored to introduce a brand new processor known as the A20 Pro chip. According to leaks, the A20 Pro chip could be built using an advanced 2nm manufacturing process. This shift to a smaller process node would allow Apple to pack more transistors into the chip, improving both performance and power efficiency. In practical terms, this could mean faster app launches, smoother multitasking, improved gaming graphics, and better efficiency when running demanding tasks. The new chip may also enhance AI-driven features, enabling smarter photography processing, improved voice recognition, and more advanced end-device machine learning capabilities. Leaks also indicate that Apple may pair the A20 Pro chip with 12 GB of RAM, which would allow the device to handle complex tasks more efficiently and keep more apps running smoothly in the background. Storage options are also expected to remain generous, with configurations potentially reaching up to 1 TB of internal storage. This combination of powerful processing hardware and high memory capacity could make the iPhone 18 Pro lineup one of the most capable smartphones ever released, especially for power users who rely on their phones for professional tasks such as video editing, photography, and content creation. Refined camera system with improved apertures, the camera system is another area where Apple continues to make consistent improvements. Although the iPhone 18 Pro series may not introduce a completely redesigned camera module this year, reports suggest that Apple is planning to refine the existing setup rather than replace it entirely. Leaks indicate that the new Pro models may retain a camera configuration similar to the one used in the iPhone 17 Pro lineup. However, Apple is expected to improve the aperture size across multiple lenses, which could significantly enhance image quality. A wider aperture allows more light to reach the camera sensor. This improvement could lead to better low-light photography, sharper details, and more natural depth effects in portrait shots. In other words, users may see improved night photography, more accurate colors, and stronger background blur, commonly known as bokeh. Apple has long relied on a combination of hardware improvements and advanced computational photography to produce high-quality images. With the additional processing power of the A20 Pro chip, the iPhone 18 Pro cameras could deliver even better results in challenging lighting conditions while maintaining Apple's reputation for reliable video performance. Unified and more premium design language beyond performance and camera upgrades, Apple is also expected to refine the overall design language of the iPhone 18 Pro lineup. Instead of introducing a dramatic redesign, the company appears to be focusing on making the device look more cohesive and polished. One of the most interesting design rumors suggests that the camera housing and the rear panel of the phone may feature a more unified appearance. Instead of the camera module appearing as a separate raised component, it could blend more smoothly into the back of the device. This subtle design change could create a cleaner and more premium look while maintaining the minimalist style that Apple is known for. Even small design refinements can make a big difference in how a device feels in hand. And Apple has always paid close attention to these details.